And we're live. Hello, everybody. What's happening?
Happy Monday evening.
Happy Monday. So things are going to look a little different. We're trying something new tonight. We don't know what's going to happen.
Woo! New stuff.
And by the way, Wendy's saying our channel is boring.
I can't see it anyway.
Oh, you can't see the chat. That's right, because you don't have Discord. Or you
I
can't see the channel. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, one monitor. Yay.
Yeah. She's
I
basically, our
Twitch,
channel design is boring. I'm like, wait a second. I changed the background like what, 3 months ago? We've got this really better camera system now. You know what?
let me just see what's going on up here. Let me take a look.
Yeah. I think we look fantastic. You know, we've got our links are going at the bottom. We've got the Geek to Geek and Kerwin's logo. You know what?
I got an ad here that I got to get through. What the heck is this? Commercial form. This looks like.
You have a commercial? Dude, just go to the Facebook. It's in Facebook too.
Yeah, I went to Twitch first.
I'm alright with that.
Yeah, it looks like a cool cartoon, whatever the hell it is.
Hello, everybody. By the way.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going? I'm just, you don't mind me. I'm just looking at stuff. Legend of Vox Machina.
I see.
That looks pretty cool.
I think it's fantastic. It's the best game I've never seen.
Let's see. Well, it's got like the moving stuff in the back.
Yeah, like we got lots of going on here.
I mean, it could be worse.
It could be worse. You know what? It could be better. We could be hot women, but you know, not to be sexist, but I mean, yes, if we were hot gamer girls. So, and he's got KEA working on a logo. Woohoo! All right.
It's fine.
All right, that's what I thought. All right, so you know what? Here, I'm going to help our ratings right now. Ready? There you go. Look at that. Right there. Little chest hair. People like the chest hair.
That'll get you banned on Twitch.
Huh?
That'll get you banned on Twitch.
I know, but it will help us start our own. Oh, and by the way, we are starting our OnlyFans. So
maybe you. Nobody wants to pay money to see this.
All right. So how's everything look? Good?
I mean, yeah, everything seems fine.
All right. You know what? We're streaming. We're twitching. I'm going to hit the record on OBS. Don't even worry about recording tonight. So
okay. I will close Audacity.
Yeah, go ahead and close. Save yourself the resource because we don't know what Zencastr is going to do. Once I hit record, any number of sideways things could happen. So.
Whee!
You know, we can go back to Zoom anytime we have to. So, all right. I think we're ready though. So, anything else? Anything to talk about in the doc?
I don't think so. I think we pretty much covered everything that we were gonna want to chat about.
Wow. My wife is saying I need nip cover. Wow, this is going off the rails. I think somebody's been drinking today. She's been day drinking. All right. Well, then I'm going to start this bad boy off. And yeah, we don't have to count down or nothing. So here we go. You ready?
Go for it.
All right. Hit the record button now. Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the PlanesTalkers podcast, a show by casuals for casuals. I'm your host, Will Benson, joined as always by the Buffalo Bills looked pretty good anyway, and it was a really great game. Co-host Aramis Perez. Aramis, sir, how are you?
Am I old now?
I think we're literally old. Aren't you? We're going to talk about your birthday. You didn't have to drop that hint. I was just going to work it in.
I had to because it's a big deal.
I know it's anyway. A big. You turned the big 4-0.
I did.
Yes. Is this recording? Hold on. Oh, it's recording on your end. That's right. Oh, yeah, because I can see. Oh, so for those of you that aren't watching the show, Aramis and I are trying something new tonight. We're using we're moving to Zencastr just to see if it works better than Zoom, because now Zencastr lets us do video and audio. So we moved to that. We're giving it a shot. And oh wow, it messes. Oh dude, it moved you. Hold on, I gotta fix the.
I moved.
I gotta fix your crop, and boy, does it kill you! Like you have no. Oh, that's definitely something. Like you are now pixelated beyond. How's my side? Am I pixelated on your side?
You're a little pixelated.
Well, I'm okay with that, but I'm broadcasting you.
Yeah.
Like, this may not work. Because at least with Zoom, like we had a pretty good I mean, we'll use it tonight, but yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what I wonder if there's a way I can change that. Is there a setting somewhere? Probably not without stopping recording. Let's see. Show all controls. Picture in pictures. Let me see. Show all controls. Is there
like a SNES character? You know what? If I'm 16-bit, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. You're very, very, very pixelated. So we will play with this next time. We'll try it again next week. We have a 2-week trial, and we'll try it again. If it doesn't work, we'll go back to Zoom and do it right. But I mean, the fact that we don't have to worry about recording and
at least if the audio is good, that's going to be the big thing, because it's it is an audio podcast,
right? So, well, what it'll do is, I mean, the reason I like Zencaster is it's recording you and it's recording me separately, and then it will actually handle the mixing, and then I can go in and play with levels if I need to. So, all right. So, but you know what? Wow, we did something wrong, because before we did that, we want to remind you guys that this episode and every episode of the PlanesTalkers podcast is sponsored by Kerwin's Game Store. Kerwin's Game Store is New York State's premier source for collectible card games, tabletop games, miniatures, comic books, retro video games, and toys. And hello, Pamela. Comic books, video games, and toys, with their clean open gaming areas available to everyone. Kerwin's provides a fun and inviting atmosphere for new and experienced gamers alike. With locations in Catskill and now on the second floor of the Poughkeepsie Gallery in Poughkeepsie, New York, Kerwin's Game Store is the absolute best place to go in gaming. Now, they have a great website. You can find them at KGS Online. That is KiteGoSamuelOnline.com. And you can get 5% off your online order when you use the promo code PlanesTalkers at checkout. I love this. Like, our wives are watching this now. I still think April 1st, man, we should have the wives do the show. So
at least do the intro.
Yeah. So PlanesTalkers at checkout, KGSOnline.com. Check it out. It's really great. We also want to take a second to recognize our rare level patrons: Spencer, Chibatang, Nurse Gamer VJ, Bell, Levi, George, David, Brian, and Apollo. And we want to take a second to shout out our one, we only have one now, our one mythic rare patron, Jonathan. And the reason we only have one is that we now have, I don't know how this happened, we have 4 producers. So we have to shout out our 4 producer levels.
Jesus Christ.
I know, right? Jamie Carrot's in the chat with us. And returning producer John, who just joined back up with us this past week. He came back after the holidays and whatever was going on. And then upgraded producer. He was Mythic Rare, and he became full-blown producer. That would be Jake, our co-host from Cantrip Cartel.
Wow.
Yeah. Guys, listen, you know full well, we know that we could not do this show without you. You helped the show out in so many ways. We're very thankful. We're very, very excited. It's allowing us to do a lot more. Obviously, I'm looking at ways to improve the audio and kind of streamline things. Thank you so much. We can't say enough. I mean, really, the biggest thing they get really 2 big perks. The first perk is they got 1 week of unobstructed access to the Win-A-Box, which we'll talk about in Main 2. But they also get first stab and first dibs at playing with us on our Wednesday CommanderCraft broadcast. If you guys want to find out more about Patreon, go to patreon.com/PlanesTalkers, which brings up CommanderCraft, which is our Wednesday show, where we play listeners like you using webcams and microphones in 4-person Commander. It's paper Commander. You can have any deck you'd like. We're very excited. Nick, our buddy Nick, is the champion. He's playing this week. For once, you and I aren't the champions. So we're still looking for one more player. If you'd like to join us on Wednesday, let us know in our Discord. Finally, we want to remind you that we are proud to be the flagship podcast for the PlanesTalkers Network. Our sister show, Cantrip Cartel, has launched. They're on anchor.fm/Cantrip Cartel. Download them on most podcatchers. They're really great. You can find them in our Discord. They have great conversations. They've got their own little community. And then we also want to remind you that we are proud to be a part of the Geek to Geek Media Network. This is a network of geeky podcasts, content, streams, Twitch stuff, any number of things. It's dedicated to promoting positivity and inclusion, as well as just showcasing some really great stuff that's out there. They have so much to offer. Just go check it out, geektogeekmedia.com. But we're still in Untap, and I'm going to untap, and again, I'm going to untap my favorite beverage in the world, Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. But before I do that, before I even take a sip of this, Aramis, my friend, happy birthday, and how the hell are you?
Thank you, sir. I am 40 now. I'm old. My back hurts.
Oh, shut the hell up, dude. I am
I'm officially
48.
at the top. I'm at the top of that hill, and like it's like you see like the beautiful view of everything before you, and not realizing that this next step down is straight down. That's really fun.
Wow. Wow. Go fuck a duck. The hell, dude? I'm 48. I don't feel old. I feel vitalized and refreshing. Child, please. Oh,
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
You had a good
was
birthday.
really good. Yep, birthday was great. We couldn't do like I'm actually not super huge on my birthday. It's like, it's an extra, it's a special day, but it's not like, oh, hey, pay attention to me on most days. But I wanted to do something big for my 40th, but we really couldn't because fucking COVID.
Hold on.
But
hold on. Okay, honey, I don't mean to call you out, but this is not the RuneScape podcast. This is the PlanesTalkers podcast. She's talking about now. Carrot's talking about his level. I'm tired of RuneScape. Go on. Sorry, didn't mean to. Happy birthday.
It's good. So we're hoping to do something later this year once things calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was great.
I'm kidding, Wendy. I'm kidding. She's like,
but yeah, everything was good. Weekend was great. Going to the inevitable sports ball from this time of year. All 4 games were fantastic this year.
We got one bot. We got our first bot.
Oh boy,
that didn't take long.
Vum.ong.
Vum.ong.
Poor Sylvia Hannah.
Vum.ong? Wasn't that like the character in 16 Candles that was really, really bad and somewhat racist?
I never saw that.
What? Oh, dude, you gotta watch 16. You haven't watched a ton of movies, and his name actually was Long Duck Dong, which was still one of the classics. But go on. You were saying about your birthday before I interrupted with the bot. I'm apparently
it's fine. Weekend was good. Birthday was good. Sports ball was good.
Sports ball was good. We watched a little
sports
football.
Ball was fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, good. It was a nice weekend. I'm as always looking forward to Wednesday night, and yeah,
because it's 3-headed dinosaur night.
That lady right behind me.
Well, I had a pretty good weekend myself. We took the eldest back to college this week. We went back up to Oswego, and it was pretty cool. It was very uneventful. It was actually just a nice trip. We got to spend a little bit of time with him. Wife and I came back. We just spent the entire evening. I mean, I think the radio was off. We just sat and talked the whole time. Got home Sunday, and everything went sideways. We had a pipe burst recently, and so now I had to go to the laundromat, which was, oh God, I hate the laundromat. But
like, it doesn't take as long as doing regular laundry, but wow, is it inconvenient.
It's just annoying, and you have to deal with people. And it was a nice kind of chill. I mean, I worked on, I've got a Traxa ready for he's ready to go for Wednesday, so he's right here. My wife was like, why a Traxa? What the hell is wrong with you? I'm like, if he's bringing. But yeah, it was definitely a nice, cool, chill out weekend. Work has been really kind of cool. There's a lot going on there. I'll update later. And for the most part, though, I'm glad the boy is back at college. We're back down to 1 kid, and I never realized how much I'd enjoy 1 kid. Like, I'm like, 1 is better than 3. I got to be honest with you. Like, 3's a little. They outnumber you. So
we're outnumbered with 1,
and we're planning Wendy's 50th. So. Oh yes, Wendy's 50th will be in March. You'll be finding out more about that later. And so I've managed to get. Well, I have to get this new generation, these kids. Okay, my daughter's got this really nice apartment with a really great party room, and I'm like, Isabel, saves us a ton of money. They say it doesn't cost you anything. Go reserve the room. Let's do it there. It'll hold the 30 people we want to come. Everybody has to be vaxxed or whatever. I'm like, it's perfect. It saves a ton of money. We're going to make our own pulled pork. We're going to get our own stuff, and everybody bring a dish to pass, and there'll be some beer and some sangria. And it's like, she sits, and it's like, I asked her to do this like last Tuesday. We're now at Monday. And I'm like, every couple of days, I'm like, I really want to invite people. Can you make sure we can get the room? Oh, yeah, I'll email. And I'm just like, you cannot count on these damn kids. You just can't.
You are full on old man yelling at the cloud right
I
now.
really am. I'm tempted to eat peanut brittle and start shooing kids off the lawn. And oh God,
Back in my day, there was no tap symbol. It was just a crooked T.
And now my wife is playing with the emojis. She's gonna find the shoe emoji any minute, I'm sure.
Oh, shoe emoji. Where is the shoe emoji?
The shoe emoji's in there somewhere in Twitch. But in any event.
Oh, this.
Oh, don't do that.
That thing.
It doesn't show up on our screen. It just says, "Will hit by a shoe 842." Oh, there. Super Carrot took care of it for us.
There we go.
Great. Sounds like the best day. It sounds like the best day. And it is her shoe. She literally did it on stream. It's the best night ever. Now you know why I have my own room. So, but anyway, let's get into upkeep here. Tonight's going to be an interesting show. It is the last week before preview season starts. So we knew, again, we weren't going to have a ton. We've got State of Standard coming up in Main 1. So we're going to talk a little bit about how Standard looks right now. Then we're going to go into news a little early. MaRo put out his usual preview in his Tumblr, his Blogatog. We're kind of, bird's eye view that a little bit. And then we're going to go into the UnFinity delay. Main 2, and then we wanted to talk about something with Kamigawa or something, right? What did you...
The Kamigawa stories have come out,
okay.
So we can confirm some of
Let's
the...
put that into the doc.
Some of the rumors.
Yeah. And then we're going to go to combat. Won't have any, probably. Main 2 is going to consist of a Commander Craft segment where we're going to talk about the Rule Zero. We got Carrot, who's in our chat, has given us a pretty cool formula, and we're kind of tweaking it to make it suit us, and then we're going to try to put together a spreadsheet at the very least in Google Docs, if not a web app. So, and then finally we're gonna hit the winner box because we are now live. Anyone can sign up. If you go to our Discord, you can find it easily. So why don't we go ahead and get right into the main phase?
Main phase.
All right, main phase. So, what do we got going on tonight? So today, let's start with State of Standard, obviously. So,
yeah.
Standard has Standard's been pretty basic, for a while. Well, at least the top deck. Yeah, I would say the top deck has been very basic. So
Green's been hanging around, maintaining its position.
Right. So, and that's not changing I don't think that's changing anytime soon. Oh, that's what it was. Possibility for tomorrow, speculation.
Yeah, why don't we, I think I hear some sirens in the distance. I don't know about you.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that as well.
Do you hear them?
Yeah, I don't have them up. I don't have it.
You don't have the thing? Oh,
I've got it somewhere.
The one time.
We're doing it live, though.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Yeah, that.
Of course I have that. That's classic. That's that people love that. They enjoy that. They feel, it makes them feel warm and cuddly when we have that. Wow, where is that? Do I not have that button anymore?
It's got to be there.
You'd think so. Sounds too... we have this,
That's great. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I don't.
They're gone. Holy shoot, they're gone. That's just weird.
That was a good one too.
It really was, like the air raid siren and the band hammer. Which I'll find it before next week because we'll obviously talk about it. But let's talk a little bit about State of Standard because and again, MTG Bolt the Bird or Bolt the Bird MTG. He said this is what we do best. So we got to stick with what's good. Standard metagame. So in case you didn't know, guys, we used MTG Goldfish for this. So we go and check out what's going on. Mono Green Aggro is holding on to the top spot still.
Yep.
Not going anywhere. However, the distance between it and number 2 has kind of gone down a little bit.
Well, that's because number 2 has also changed.
Yes, it has. Is It Dragons has come back up to take the second spot. And that really has a lot to do with the Neo Championship qualifier, I think. And because I think they're calling Is It Dragons, Is It Epiphany? Or are they calling it Is It Control? Interesting.
I think it's two different flavors of the same ice cream cone.
Yeah, really. Because Is It Control is bringing up third. So you've got Mono... And if we combine Is It Dragons and Is It Control, then we do have a new top deck.
If you combine the two as archetypes, you're looking at 28, almost 29% of the meta.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, how are you, buddy? Oh, wow, is the train wreck a little too loud? Oh, shit.
Rip ears.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, because, like, that's an interesting thought. Like, Is It's kind of still there.
Yeah, I mean, so what we're kind of dancing around is that there is a banned and restricted announcement tomorrow. And the word on the street, it sounds like multiple formats are getting hit.
Right.
So people are putting together their wish lists of what they want to see go away.
Everybody does. Well, and we'll talk about that a little bit. Mono White Aggro is bringing up the 4th spot, technically 3rd. Teamer mid-range. Naya mid-range is an interesting deck that kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, it came in 2nd during the Standard League this week. It's obviously Goldspan Asika, but it's kind of working in... What are they sprinkling with the white? What are they splashing? Oh, the Brutal
Showdown of the
Cathar.
Scalds, Elite Spellbinder, Brutal Cathar, Fateful. I mean, they got some good removal.
Fateful Absence. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's really good 2-mana removal that those colors don't typically have.
Right. I'd be very interested to see how this deck does. And then, of course, there is Esper Control. Not doing much.
I mean, it's the same percentage as Naya midrange.
True. But Naya midrange has that sexy feel to it. So,
well, I mean, yeah, but also too, you kind of, your skin kind of crawls when you talk about control. So.
Let's not even talk about Esper Control. Let's not even talk about the Esper colors in general. But
one of the Esper colors is in the Naya deck, so you kind of have to talk about it.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, but that's kind of standard. Again, mono green. I think things might. I don't know. You know what? Let's get that right out of the way. Let's go to part 2 of this. Is not going to be MaRo. We'll talk real quick about tomorrow, because tomorrow not only starts preview season, but tomorrow is also. They've said it's going to happen. We are getting a banned and restricted announcement tomorrow. After they banned and nerfed Pioneer pretty good last week, they said in the thing, Pauper, that's what I mean. They said in the thing that they were going to make another one this week and talk about multiple formats. I mean, from a standard perspective, I think the only thing maybe is Seeker's Chariot and maybe Epiphany, but I doubt it. I don't think there's enough. I mean, Asika's Chariot isn't going to shut down mono green aggro. So if they were trying to kind of get a handle on that,
I mean, if this is going to be the time for Epiphany to go, it's going to happen tomorrow, or it's not going to happen.
Wow, Jake, you do not get to come into my Twitch chat, you son of a bitch. And again,
sniped.
I've said repeatedly we should record on Tuesdays some weeks, but yeah, I don't think they're going to hit standard. If they hit standard, it's got to be what? I mean,
it's one of the 3. If they hit anything in standard, it's Goldspan, it's Asika's Chariot, or it's Alrund's Epiphany. And at this point, I mean, if they're talking a ban, I think I'm finally thinking it's time for Epiphany to go.
Especially because he already said in his article, which we'll go into, there's another copy spell. His in Mark Rosewater's Tumblr,
the teaser for Kamigawa. Yeah,
he mentions that there's and it's like, oh shit, we already have how many copy spells?
A couple. But yeah, I think it's going to be Epiphany and Standard. They talk about the other formats, like people are screaming about Ragavan and I think Legacy.
I think Ragavan is going to go. I think they have to. I think you have to take Ragavan.
Got to spank the monkey.
Yeah, it's just Ragavan is so
good.
But he's ridiculous. And then some people are even talking Loris. Like,
yeah, a lot of people are sick of Loris. Which, I mean, if you think about it, one person had a good point. They're like, they need to ban companions, period, because they were saying, okay, Yorion and Gigantha aren't played all that much right now. but that's because of Luris. You ban Luris, then the Yorion piles start taking over. You ban Yorion, then the Gigantha cards start taking over. I guess some of the control decks are playing Gigantha, not Gigantha, but the white-green one, just to have a creature that they always have access to, or to use it as a pitch spell for Solitude. Some people are talking Solitude might get the ban somewhere. So, I mean, this is interesting. There's a lot of targets on the table, and there's arguments that can be made for all of them.
And Jake, I mean, you're in our chat. If they were going to hit, like in Legacy, I mean, all right, are the companions really warping Modern, or when you say they're going to hit the companions, they're going to hit it for Legacy, right?
I'm thinking it's Legacy. That would be my thought. All I know is that even after that huge nerf, the companions are still insane.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, and Rosewater's come out and basically said, "Hey, we fucked up." I mean, actually, he said, "I fucked up." He's like, "This was mine. Companions was my thing." So, yay, Cody.
He's playing Legacy except for one deck. So that one would probably be Luris, right, Jake?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's Luris.
That would be my thought. Because Luris, I mean...
Luris is ridiculous.
Luris is so good.
Yeah, actually, he's right. I'm not seeing any sort of... Yeah, I think... I do think tomorrow they're going to fix Modern a little bit. Everybody's kind of pissed about Ragavan. And I think they're going to target Ragavan. I don't think they're going to try to ban around it. I think they're going to hit Ragavan. So... yeah, that would be my thinking is tomorrow, and maybe finding something to do with,
I think they're hitting Standard for sure.
You think they're going to hit Standard? I didn't think they would.
Standard. I think they finally they had said they were going to wait until after Crimson Vow to see what the meta did. I guess maybe they waited a little longer than they normally would have, or maybe they forgot that alchemy doesn't count for paper.
Right.
Because that was one of the cards that they, adjusted. So if they're adjusting it for alchemy, what's to say they're not going to ban it?
Right. Where the hell is Mark Rosewater's article? I thought it was on the thing I put in here.
For what, the teaser?
Yeah.
I have it up.
Okay, good. But yeah, I'm also thinking the same thing. And yeah, it's a little annoying that, we're recording the night before the big ban. And yes, you definitely should listen to Jake and Matt talk about it from Cantrip Cartel, because, they're going to record tomorrow. So they will have the first fallout from it. But one of, I'm looking at Mark Rosewater's thing, and he even said, he's like, okay, hold on here. Where is it? Blah, blah, blah. Some rules text that will be showing up on cards. Whenever you cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, copy that spell. Yeah, you know what? If you're gonna nerf Epiphany, now would be the time.
Yeah, that sounds like a permanent. So that's either an enchantment, an artifact, or it could be even like a planeswalker with a static ability. Which, good lord, if they do that, that's terrifying.
Yeah. So it's definitely. I really hope. I'm kind of thinking they should. And is there a bet that we have on the table for that? Not that I ever wrote it down.
No, because we're still waiting on the payout from the last one.
Oh, shut the frack up. When have I seen you? Give me one time. I've seen you one time since then.
If only there was a way you could send packages.
Yeah, I really wish there were. I don't understand.
But I think we didn't do anything for this because we were like kind of hemming and hawing on whether there actually would be one. But part of me kind of feels bad about this ban because, we went through all of last year without one, and it was kind of feeling good,
Yeah, but this
felt
needs to happen.
Things were powerful, but not too crazy. But I guess, things were maybe, we were looking at things with rose-colored glasses.
Well, think about it. If you take out Alrund's Epiphany, what happens? All right, let's say that happens in Standard. Okay, well, Izzet Dragons is still a pretty decent deck. Unless they hit Goldspan 2, which they tend to... They're not going to just nail one deck. Usually they tend to try to nail, a couple of colors, I should say.
If they hit two different cards, here's my
doesn't
crazy
even
thing.
know what biddies are.
Yeah, biddies, yeah.
Don't miss that, but don't for a shout out. What?
So here's my thought. I'm kind of going. wide angle here with this.
Okay.
I think they're going to hit all 3 in standard.
Oh, you think Alrund's Epiphany,
Esika's
Esika's
Chariot,
Chariot, and
and
the
Goldspan.
Goldspan Dragon.
I think they're going to hit all 3.
Ooh.
If they're going to hit any of them, they kind of have to hit all 3 because any one of those leaving opens the door for the other 2.
But then how do you not hit Luminarch?
Luminarch's not that big of a
He
deal.
will be once you take out the other 3.
There's because none of those cards are removable.
That's true.
None of those cards are removable. And I mean, yeah, okay, Mono White is strong. And
Mono White will become the top deck. I'm going to put that out there right now. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be Luminarch. There's too many ways to get rid of it. There's too many ways to interact with the Luminarch aspirant. And not enough
and it
ways.
rotates. It rotates in 6 months. I mean, that's just it.
It rotates in 6 months.
Alrund's won't rotate. Will it? No, Alrund's doesn't rotate. Hold on. What did Alrund's come in?
Kaldheim. All those cards are Kaldheim.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Which is funny because we all kind of thought Kaldheim was a pretty weak freaking set.
Well, I mean, it was weak until all the other nonsense rotated out.
No shit. Codiness 1. Haha, want to play a game? How dare you? What is going on in our... What's going on? Our Twitch has been taken over.
You can give more bits.
I'm loving it. What are more bits? What are bits?
Those are they can pay money to make it like a donation to the channel.
Oh, make some donations. Let's see this. I should give Wendy bits.
Probably keep the Twitch feed open because you can spend a lot of money on bits.
Yeah. I have Twitch. Our Twitch is open. I mean, here's the thing. We're using Restream, guys, so we're also on Facebook. Nobody's on Facebook. Holy shit. Nobody is on our Facebooks. It's all in Twitch and YouTube right now. We do have one watcher on YouTube. $50 says that's our bot. So, all right.
Next step, migrate completely over to Twitch for the video.
Yeah, right. So our next, that takes $20 a month away if we're not doing that. I mean, because I pay for Restream to be able to send it to multiple Twitches. Of my dual lands, let's play a game. Oh, for frack's sake. Carrot, I love you. You're a producer. Please, dear God, don't stop being one. But you do realize that sometimes you sound like you're just taking out your little... You're kind of acting like the 40-year-old guy driving a Ferrari. The minute you start talking about your original dual lands, we all start thinking the same thing. That your wife is a very unhappy individual. I'm kidding. But, we get it. You've got the best cards out of anyone I know. But let's pivot while I'm pissing off our producers. Let's pivot to Mark Rosewater. Oh, I don't have a wife or kids.
Disposable income for the win.
Oh, that explains everything. You have disposable income. Oh, God, I miss those days. But I love being married. I didn't say that out loud.
I literally play Legacy.
Congratulations, you've received 100 messages today. Yay, we roll. Okay, so let's kind of talk about MaRo's thing. And we're going to, again, bird's eye view. Mark Rosewater always puts out a preview. And for those of you that don't know who Mark Rosewater is because you're new or you're my wife or her friends, he is like the head designer of Magic. And every time he comes out to his little blog and kind of gives us the day before previews, he'll start giving us some stuff. One of the things I'm loving here, okay, first of all, I love the fact we're getting Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah, and somebody had mentioned in, I think in the Reddit, Master Biomancer can turn them into mutants, so you can get mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's great.
I love the fact that we're getting as well. One of the things I really love is when they say the legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control. Because sometimes you're just like, he,
I mean, for me as a fan of the Star Fox video game series, having a Fox pilot is kind of cool.
Yeah. So, it seems like they're kind of taking the shot to kind of... This looks like the most fun they've had designing in a while. A Firefox pilot, you got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, a Goblin Artificer. Interesting.
That's an artifact creature as well.
Yeah.
Enchantment creatures that we're confirming are in the set, which is good. That's a cool.
Just what we need, another rogue, a rat rogue. You know what he doesn't do here, though? You know what you don't see? I mean, I know we're getting him anyway. I mean, we just saw, the Ninja Turtle. but he hasn't gone too much on ninjas. Obviously, ninjas are coming back. I mean, you can't go to Kamigawa without it. So ninjutsu will be a word.
Yeah, we already know because one of the cards that was officially previewed, one of the Umezawa card, was a ninja.
A popular legendary creature from Champions of Kamigawa returns in a new form. It's got to be Jinkataxis, right?
Well, I think it might already be a card that they've already previewed. I think it's Hitetsugu.
Okay.
Because he's coming back.
I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to print Jinkataxis the way he was. I think they would go your.
Oh no, it's not. So peeling back because Jinkataxis is not from Kamigawa.
Oh, I'm sorry. My brain is. It's Monday.
So the reason he's spewing about Phyrexian Praetors is that these stories have started to come out. So spoiler alert if you have not read these yet on the Wizards main page. But Jinkataxius is on Kamigawa. That has been confirmed. They have art for him on the story, and he's doing some shit. He's messing around with some stuff. He's got plans, machinations, all sorts of stuff going on. So
right.
Phyrexians are a thing. So look out for the Phyrexian altered frame Jinkataxius, whatever the hell they're doing with this set. So we got the big bad boy in the background doing some things.
I mean, and he's obviously got to be the face of the set, even though he's not. But
no, he's not going to be the face of the set because remember, it sucks that it was leaked, but Vorinclex was supposed to be this huge surprise.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see obviously that happen. It's an interesting article. It's a little like I said, it's pretty much
he does this for every set.
Yeah, he does, and I like it. I like Rosewater. Rosewater at least understands us. So let's see. So starting with our debut, January 27th. Oh wait, they're not previewing. They're not debuting until Friday.
Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, Thursday is the the super campy stream. Although we haven't seen Jimmy Wong recently.
Thank God. I'm ready for him to not do this anymore. He's a little bit too jive for me. And
but it's Becca Scott and some other person that I have no idea who it is.
Okay.
Because I'm old now. But they're gonna do their little teaser thing that they normally do. They'll probably show off, I would say, maybe 5 or 6 cards.
Yeah. And then they'll hand it off to content creators and not us, of course, because we're not on Wizards' radar. Although you can put us there.
Or if we are, they're probably not too happy with the fact that we actually criticize them.
Yeah. We don't.
Because I noticed that the professor didn't get a preview card again.
Oof. Oh, he had an interesting weekend with that. Some of his stuff was good though. So check out Mark Rosewater's article. The other big information that came out, which is it's very telling, and I don't know whether it's because they're retooling or if it's just shipping. But UnFinity, which was supposed to be out in April, which is the next unset, they are moving it to late 22. So
I thought it was second half 2022.
Yeah, second half. Well, that's late 2022.
I was thinking. I think it was. I heard more like June, July. Like the beginning. They said like the beginning. I think I remember seeing the beginning of the second half. I could be wrong on that.
So,
but
later than it is. They're
later than it is.
Yeah. So that's an interesting question because you gotta wonder if it's UnFinity seems to be the thing that Mark Rosewater thought was going to be this amazing thing that we'd all be excited for, and all he keeps hearing is how much we don't like it.
Well, I think
I shouldn't say don't like it, but we don't like the idea of that what's the word I'm looking for? Like the Shocklands are in such a rare supply.
The implementation. Well, I think
the acorn of all things.
Yeah, there's the acorn and the what's legal and not legal in Legacy, which I know. Again, Jake
has some feelings about that.
Jake has some big feels about that.
He's got some feels. He's all up in his feelings about that.
He's all up in his feelings about that. And then they're like you said, the way that they're handling the Shockland reprint. It's some of it smacks of corporate greed. Surprise.
No.
But I know that there are people who are genuinely excited for this product, and they're super looking forward to it. And it does suck whenever a product gets delayed. I'm not surprised,
I mean,
because of the breakneck schedule that they've been maintaining with their set releases, and the fact that these supply chain issues are still happening. I'm actually surprised this is the only set so far that's really been delayed this year.
do you think you will be using? Do you think you'll be? I guess the word I'm looking for is: will you be buying a box?
No.
Okay.
I personally don't have any interest in the unsets. I don't really. I mean, I get the idea of having fun with the game and just sort of messing around, but I don't tend to subscribe to wanting to do that with my cards. I mean, for me personally, other people have a lot of fun with it, and I think that's great and it's awesome. And if they brought it and said, "Hey, let's play this," like if you came over with the unsanctioned box set, I would totally play it. But I wouldn't personally go out and buy it myself because I'm not interested enough.
I think the basics will make it worth it for me too. I don't know. I may, because I like the basics. For me, Carrot's hitting the right point.
For me, like depending on what price point they end up being at.
Yeah, that's true. If they're going at 400, then no.
It may still be more worth it to buy the singles individually. But for me, I'm not super interested. They're gorgeous. I would like to get some of the Shocklands because the art is just. I mean, on these lands, it's fantastic. But I didn't get any of the unhinged lands. I didn't get any of the unsanctioned lands. I didn't get any of the. I did get some unglued, not the unglued ones, but some of the full art ones from the second set.
Right.
But I only got a few, and I'm not going to buy more because I have enough basics floating around for what I need to do. And it'll get to the point where if I want to pimp out a particular deck, that's when I'll go back and figure out what really.
Buy singles.
Buy singles. But it's in a similar vein to the double feature release this weekend, where that stuff is like double, triple the price. The allocation is super low, and it's just a reprint of the last two sets.
Right, and
in special
they're just in black and white, so they save money on ink.
They do, yeah. It looks cool, but it's like
they buy singles from Kerwin's.
Huge opportunity.
Yes,
buy singles from Kerwin's especially.
I like what Parkman Ass does. He's like, which is worse? Hold on, where is it?
Which is worse?
Which is worse? UnFinity Shocks or the Zodiac Secret Lairs? Oh, the Zodiac Secret Lairs. Nobody's buying those. I mean, I don't think anybody's buying those Zodiacs.
I was curious. I was thinking about it. I wanted to see what they look like for the Aquarius Islands. Yeah. I was assuming they were going to be islands, and they are.
But yeah.
They don't hit it for me personally. But again, there are people who are super excited for
and
this
I
thing.
have a problem. The one thing I will admit is I have a problem spending $30 on basic lands.
Well, that's the thing. These, like the professor said it before, these are the perfect secret lairs.
Right.
Because they give you an opportunity to really personalize and bling out your deck and say, look at these great basic lands that I have. They're basic game pieces, though. So if you want regular basics that are worth less than a dime a piece, you can easily get them. But if you want to have a special looking land, you have the option to do that. What I like about these Zodiac lands more than what they've done with the previous Secret Lair basic lands is that you can actually get a reasonable number of them at once.
Right. And I do.
You're not just getting 5, you're getting like 10 or 20 or whatever it is. I mean, yeah, you're paying a lot of money for it, but this is a completely optional thing because they're just like you said, they're just basic lands.
Right.
So if you want to run with your lands from Ikoria, fine, nothing wrong with that at all. But if you're in that camp that says, these look really cool to me, they really resonate with me, and they make my deck look super cool, I'm gonna go get them. And there's zero problem with that at all.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I'm loving it. I don't think I'm gonna buy them though. I mean, because I am a Capricorn, so I was like the first one, and I looked at it and I was like,
they're interesting, but they don't speak to me personally.
Yeah, me
but I can understand where someone would be like, oh, these are really pretty. These are cool. I want to get a couple of these, and that's. I have no problem. I have very little issue with these secret lairs. I have more of an issue with, when they did mechanically exclusive stuff before they decided to change their mind and say, okay, we're going to put these in regular boosters. I have much more. These are fine for me now.
Wow. Sweet. You're not wrong. I'm just looking at some of the stuff going on at Twitch. Our Twitch is like on fire right now. So this is great. Well, let's pivot then off of that. That's kind of what we had for main 1. Let's go ahead. We're going to pay some quick bills, and then we'll come back with main 2. So we will be right back. Do not go away. If I can find the button that we need for the thing, that's it. All right, we'll be right back.
When toxic culture has you down.
When you're just looking to laugh and have fun.
Kick back and enjoy watching a video game.
Or just make some new friends.
It's time to visit the Geek to Geek Media Network,
a community of podcasters, streamers, and bloggers.
Well, more of a family than a community.
All dedicated to geeking out about the things we love. Things like
video games,
Star Wars,
comics,
movies,
K-pop,
Disney Plus,
Keanu Reeves,
new,
or whatever our community decides is the next best thing.
That's right. We have a great online community on Slack and Discord where we chat about our weekly geekery with listeners and viewers.
And each other.
Yep, and each other in real time, and we can't wait for you to join us.
So come check us out at geektogeekmedia.com.
And escape toxic fandom for something much more...
Keanu?
Yes, Keanu.
You gotta love Keanu.
I gotta love. Well, you always love Keanu. All right. Whoa. All right. So let's go to combat.
Sure.
Combat phase.
And then we realize we just want a hug. So let's go back to main phase.
Main phase.
Okay. So main phase 2. What I wanted to talk about tonight. We got a few minutes here to go. It's been really cool. Super Carrot's been a very good, big contributor to the show. I mean, I guess he's gifting Twitch subscriptions like it's his job, which thank you. Wee-hoo. He, a few weeks ago, it was like in a weird channel in the Discord, presented us with this formula. Because one of the things we struggled with, I think, in Commander Craft has been having a good, relatively repeatable and stable barometer for how decks are powered, what power level they are, because it is such a subjective thing. So he gave us this thing that his store uses, and I think there's a lot of good with it, but I also think that this is definitely something we're gonna tweak and make our own, which we've kind of started. So I went ahead and I took that and started putting together into a spreadsheet. So it's on the screen right now. The spreadsheet link is in our Discord.
Doesn't give you math.
What's that?
Carrot just said in the chat, and then a strange person showed up and gave you maths.
Yeah, basically. So I went ahead and put it into a Google Doc last night. Pasted it into the deck formula channel in Discord. What I did was I pasted it so that you have to make a copy so that nobody can edit, the original. And what it is basically, you're going to come in here and you'll put your deck into, like, say, Mox Field, which is usually what we use. And then you would go through and start figuring it out. So I think I have a Traxxas still set up, don't I? No, I deleted it. Never mind. Womp. So you would sit there and say, like, okay, well, the average mana value would be like 2.5 with lands, and actually, I think it was like 1.8 and then 2.5 is what I'll say. And then, and then you sat there and said, okay, well, I have 3 draw spells, or 4. I think I said I had 6 draw spells.
Yeah, the
3 tutors.
The formula basically goes through and
yeah,
you plug in the numbers based on certain criteria, and it spits out a number for you, and that sort of tells you where your deck sort of stands as far as the power level is concerned. I guess the way that his works is anything below 6.8 is considered like casual or like a regular mid-range deck. Below, I think 3.5 is like the precons. Although I beg to differ on that with some of them because the precons have gone up in power lately. 6.8 to 9.9 is high powered.
Well, it's actually all right here in the middle too. So yeah.
Yeah, anything 10 or above is considered basically CEDH.
So basically what this is basically you put the information in here and then you get this area right here, which is doing this whole thing for you. Pretty cool. I think we can tweak it. But it is available. I think this is something it goes to what I kind of want to talk about. We've talked about Rule Zero before, but even the article we looked at last week detailing things about Commander, you know, they said something about like untrustworthy Rule Zero conversations or, you know, new person.
Yeah.
At the very least, and dude, feel free to go in. We can tweak the hell out of this. I think you have the right to edit the master. I'm tempted to be like, I'm going to send this out and be like, we're going to pump our data in here, and whether or not it totally comes out right, we at least have somewhat of a barometer of what our decks look like. And when we have somebody new for Commander Craft, be like, no, go get your deck list, put the stuff in here, so that when we sit down at Rule Zero and I walk in with Atraxa saying my Atraxa is sitting at, you know, 7 point whatever, you know, and you're coming in with 9 point whatever, well, now we've got, you know, we're in sort of the right area, but at least we kind of know now what we're dealing with. You know, what are you thinking? What is your thoughts?
Well, I've been in a lot of conversations with Carrot about the formula over the past week or so since he dropped it on us, and you know, we've kind of gone over some things, and he just mentioned in the chat there's like over a dozen people at the store that this came from that are also tweaking this and working on it and refining it.
Believe me, if they could make an app out of this, man, I'd be happy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we can't pay for it, but if somebody can put together a web app for this, that's really what I want to see happen, because I'd love to send them to a web app that's where, you know, instead of, I don't think you guys can see my mouth. Okay, cool, yeah. Instead of having to put my information in over here, I get presented with what's your average mana value with lands? It asks you the questions and does all this in the background. Like spreadsheets make people's eyes go sideways. But yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah.
So the big advantage that I think this formula has over other power level charts and things that you can find on the internet, from what I've seen so far, power level is a very subjective thing.
Right.
And it can be sometimes it's biased, sometimes it's based on the metagame at your store or your regular group.
Right.
So what you might consider a 7 or an 8 could be like a 10 somewhere else. And what this kind of does is it kind of standardizes what criteria goes into what determines what your power level is.
Right. For the area you're playing. It's not, you can't take this to Kerwin's and then try to go to, say, Zombie Planet or another store in the area, because they may not want to use this. They may go through a completely separate barometer. But at the very least, it's something that's repeatable to say, I've gone here, and sure, you don't want to use it, but do you mind filling this out so that I can know what it is?
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's a math equation. So the number you get is the number you get.
Right.
The big issue that we're looking at and trying to figure out is we have to be very specific on what counts for what.
Right.
Because if you put in bad information, you're going to get a different result.
Right.
But in the end, what this will do is that even if your information's a little off, like, oh, I didn't realize this card counts as this, or I didn't realize this card doesn't count as that, whatever, you're still going to be much closer to the true value or power of what your deck actually is, as opposed to saying, oh, you know, my deck has this many infinite combos, so that makes it a this, when that may not necessarily be true compared to other decks in different play groups. So I think, you know, numbers don't lie. And I think that this is less subjective than some of the other not necessarily formulas, but criteria that's out there. So I kind of like how it's a little more true than some of the other things that are out there.
And it's heavily weighted. I mean, tutors, we ran my Atraxa yesterday before I put Demonic and Worldly back in. And it was almost a point. It was almost a point different. Like, almost a point different between. So, I mean, tutors really, you know, and board wipes or interaction, where, you know, if you're playing a fast deck, like, it doesn't have mana value -2 creatures at all. You know, or pumpable. You know, there's
this formula.
It's a good repeatable formula.
This formula likes decks with. If you want a stronger deck, this deck basically tells you need to run a low curve.
Right.
You know, have a good amount, a lot of card draw, a decent amount of tutors, a lot of ramp, and a good amount of interaction.
Right.
Those are the things you want to have in a decent quantity to increase the power level of your deck.
Right.
But here's the thing too, is that you have to be careful with formulas like this because this could encourage an arms race among your playgroup.
Mm-hmm.
So it also kind of acts as its own safety valve, saying, okay, in this group, like for this night, we want nothing above a 7.5.
Sure.
So it kind of forces you to make possibly different deck building decisions, saying, oh, I really want to put this combo in there, or I want to put these cards in there, but it's going to raise my power level a little bit too high. Is there something I can take out that I can maybe still keep this in, but bring it down to the point where I can still play in this particular,
event
area of power?
Like a wrestling match, like, you're going to go with a weight class.
Right. I mean, because you don't want to roll in to a play group and they all use this formula and they're laying their deck on the table and they're like, okay, this is a 9-8, this is an 8-9, this is a 9-1, and you're like, mine's a 5-7.
Right. You're just,
That's
you can still win. I mean,
but that's where you were able to have the conversation. Ideally, when you're going to a play group and you're playing Commander, hopefully, because I think this is part of what Sheldon was talking about last week, especially if it's a new play group. Ideally, you want to be able to have multiple decks to bring to the table in case one's not quite a good fit. But not everybody has that option because, it can get very expensive if you're not proxying. So this sort of gives you a better idea of where you stand and what you need to do if you decide that, okay, if I can't bring multiple decks, what can I do to improve this deck to make it better?
Right. So that I kind of wanted to talk about that. It's in our Discord. Check out the Discord, discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. Because I think it's worthwhile, and if you know anything about coding or anything like that, love to hear what you have to say.
In the meantime, too, if anybody has a deck list that they want to post and they have a question about how to put it in, talk to me, talk to Kara. We can run the numbers and see where we think it is, and then go
that's
from there.
why I'm doing the spreadsheet, is because that way, and my thinking is with this spreadsheet, the way I designed it was, okay, if I click this duplicate page, okay, so say this page I did, what do you call it? Atraxa on it, okay? Now I can put Calamax over here, and have different pages. So, it's definitely something to kind of consider and worthwhile. I'm very excited to see what happens next with it. So, that being said, all right, let's see here.
Yes.
And so let's go to the next thing here. I want to talk about the window box timeline. Okay. Because we are now live on it. I gotta tell you, Jake. I'll tell you offline. Jake just sent me a thing, and it's funny because I don't think he knows something. He's like, a dude is sending out a bunch of bits as a shout out. He wants shout outs for his friend Wendy. Wendy also happens to be my friend, Jake. Wendy's actually a very good friend of mine.
It's such a good friend that you have some metal around your finger because of it.
Yeah. So where is my wedding ring? Did my wedding ring fall off? Oh, shit.
Dude.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you're dead, man.
Oh, my God. I don't... Uh-oh.
You are a dead man.
I lost my wedding ring. Oh, my
Wendy.
God. I have literally lost my wedding ring.
Wendy, come get your man.
Oh, dear Lord. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
And the bots come to claim your body.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I was wearing gloves today. Oh, shit. Wow, I didn't even realize that. Because my wedding ring is so loose.
You didn't miss anything, Wendy. You're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's great.
Oh, dear.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, boy.
No.
No. He did not spill.
No.
I mean, he might have spilled in his pants. Cause,
yeah. We'll talk offline.
Nope, she sees it.
Oh, my God.
You're dead. You're dead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dear Lord. Because it's
so.
Yeah.
Wendy, after you kill him, can I have his cards?
Yeah. Oh, dear. I'll have to find those. It's got to be somewhere.
Scrubbing that rug. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, I hope I didn't lose it outside while I was.
Wendy, do you want the Carrot's gonna fucking bury you?
Carrot, what the fuck?
Let's build that doghouse out back. Oh, it's gonna be cold tonight, man. Bender bundle up. You're sleeping outside. Oh my god.
So anyway, let's talk about the Winnabox timeline.
Yeah, before you die, she might be coming over to kill you now.
Jake goes, "Oh, whoops."
Yeah, whoops.
All right, so Winnabox timeline. So we have we've started the Winnabox. Patrons had almost a full week to sign up, and a donor call out, I guess. Oh no, he's right. So we have now. I'm trying to find my wedding ring. I really am. We have our Winnabox set up. Yes. It is going to be Legendary Historic Brawl in Arena, meaning that each commander, and we do have some commanders being taken already.
Yes.
And it's looking pretty good. I think we have. Let me check here. We had 5. I gotta go and do some more because I'm still pretty manual here. But it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 extra plus the 5. You lost your wedding band. I'm innocent now. Oh boy.
So, boys and girls, while Will panics and thinks about his life as it quickly comes to an end, Legendary Historic Brawl is.
I cannot help it that I've lost weight.
It's a 100-card brawl.
Yes.
And every player who enters, when they select their commander, no one else can select that commander. So once somebody takes, say, I don't know.
Well, right now, let's put it. The taking commanders are like Kenrith, Kinnan, Winota, Teysa, and Captain Ripley Vance.
Nobody else can play those cards. So if somebody, I'm very disappointed in the field because nobody played Zakama last time. So I'm hoping someone plays Zakama this time. And once someone does take Zakama, nobody else can.
Right.
So, yeah. So it's a lot of fun. I don't know how many people do we have signed up so far.
I think we're looking at 13 or 14 already out of 32. So you have a 1 in 32 chance to win the box.
Yeah, and it's either a draft or a set booster box of Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty. We're not quite sure which one it is yet. It's going to be one of them. It's going to be a box of boosters, shipped anywhere in the United States. So if you are international, unfortunately, you cannot win the box. Although if you decide you still want to play and you win, you are able to donate it to someone else.
X-Gold had his shipped to, and he's in.
Yeah,
the tournament,
if you have somebody who's in the States,
yeah,
and you're international, ship it to them, and if they want to mail it to you at that point or figure it out from there, I mean, that's totally cool too. But if you end up not having someone in the United States that can hold the box or send it to you, then you are able to, if you so choose, you can donate the box to someone else if you still want to enter and you end up winning.
Right.
So it was a lot of fun the last time. We actually ended up broadcasting a couple of the matches.
And we'll do that again. We're going to have you record if you can. So
yeah. So the one thing that we will say is that make sure that your video is good quality before you send it.
Right.
We did unfortunately have a couple that it wasn't the greatest quality, so we couldn't use it. But if it's good enough, and you don't have to worry about recording sound or anything because we're going to talk over it anyway.
Right.
But if the video quality is good, we will definitely try to get that on the air to play and do commentary and analysis of the match as it's happening. Because I mean, myself personally, for sure, I'm not going to have any idea who wins these things. So I'll be just as surprised as everyone else when these plays happen.
So we're very excited about that. So to sign up, you have to go to our Discord.
Yes.
There's a tournament lobby there where you can sign up. It's all bot based. Okay, we are using a bot for it. So go to our Discord, sign up. But other than that, I think unless you've got anything else, dude, I think we're good. We're right at the 1 hour mark.
I think so too.
All right, let's. And as we're all rolling up our playmats and putting our cards away and losing our wedding rings because, damn it, we're not very good husbands, we want to remind you guys that we have an awesome Twitch... Shut up, Aramis. We have an awesome Twitch channel.
I can't take it off.
Where we stream all sorts of content. Just look up the PlanesTalkers podcast channel on Twitch. There you'll see all the shows we do on both Magic and other geeky games. You can also follow me on Twitch at MindCrime73.
And that exploding sound when we got to the end step, that was Will literally getting blown up. Exploding.
Oh, yeah.
He's
I'm a dead.
Dead. D-E-D, dead. Anyway, if you want to interact with the show in a more real-time fashion, I mean, we had some great interaction on Twitch tonight. Join our Discord. It is a great community. Lots of people talking about great things. This is where we got the formula for the commander decks. If you want to take advantage of that, if you want to sign up for the Win-A-Box tournament, this is where you need to go to sign up for that as well. It's discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. Like I said, tons of friendly folks there. Try to get a game in, talk about Magic, anything else that's on your mind. There's all kinds of channels for anything, all over the place. And if Twitter is more your speed, I'm trying to tweet a little more for the show. You can find us on Twitter at PlanesTalkerPod.
Okay. And we want to remind you as well that my personal Twitter is at WRBenson. And, of course, you can always follow us on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/PlanesTalker. Like and follow our page there. Don't forget, we also have our playcast we do on Wednesdays where we play Paper Commander live. It's called Commander Craft. You can tune into any of our channels Wednesdays around 7. And we're still looking for one more person to play this week. At least, if not two. So feel free to hit us up again on the Discord to sign up.
Yep. And finally, if you want to send us an email, we will read your email on the show, be it positive, negative, humorous, embarrassing, whatever. We'll read it. So go have fun with this. There's 3 different email addresses you can use to send us emails. The first one will go to both of us. It's podcast@planestalkerspodcast.com. If you'd like to email one of us individually, you can email Will before he gets viciously, horribly murdered by his wife. His email address is will@planestalkerspodcast.com. And if you'd like to email me, the email address is Aramis, A-R-A, M as in Michael, I, S as in Sam, @planestalkerspodcast.com.
Yep. And on that note...
You did, son.
I'm not dead. I'm sure it's around. We want to thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We will be back next Monday night with the regular show as well as Wednesday night with Commander Craft. Again, please sign up for the Win-A-Box promotion. But for Aramis Perez, this is Will Benson saying thank you all for listening. Thanks for making the show a whole lot of fun tonight. And we're really appreciative for each of you. And we want to remind you to keep some of your mana on tap because you never know when you need it. Take care and have a good week. Bye-bye. And we're done. Oh.
What did you do?
I have no... You know what? It fell off, obviously. It's always been a little loose. It might be in the gloves I wore today. It might be in my coat when I was looking for my keys or something. It's going to be somewhere. It's not going to be, gone. So I'll check my coat pocket. And
just leave it down there till you find it.
That's okay. It's pretty comfortable down here. No, and oh wow, everything's already up there. So okay, this is interesting. I hit produce your podcast. It'd be nice if it uploaded it right to Anchor.
You finished uploading. Thanks for being a great guest.
Choose your post-production.
Cool.
Configure audio, standard settings, smart filter. We don't want to play with that. Run post-production. Let's see how the podcast itself comes out. So this is kind of cool. If this does this, yeah, the camera sucks. We have to figure out. I got to figure that out. In fact, I'm gonna look right here.
Oh, it does have my audio.
Oh yeah. So let me see here.
What is this? Okay.
Record in camera XSplit VCam. Record in maximum quality. Maybe I have to have you do that too. Click yours.
Folder. I mean, I'll send mine to you. Put it in the Dropbox.
You don't have to. It's already producing it.
Oh, okay.
So just save it. If I need it, just drop it in Dropbox. If I need it, I'll grab it.
Yeah. Backup copy.
Yeah.
Why the hell not? PlanesTalkers. Boop.
But yeah, the video camera sucks. But I mean, if this can do really good quality audio.
Yeah.
I mean, we could use Discord for video if we had to, I guess. But I mean, even that might probably be shitty. I definitely think that VCast is gonna, or that camera system you're gonna like, though. Let me see here. Is there any way I can alter your quality? Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go try to find my stuff. So
yeah, you might want to get on that.
Yeah. So we will. I'm going to stop the stream now. I'm going to go try to find our level 3 boosted. Oh, Well, we can work on that. I'm going to go try to find some stuff here and get ready for bed and get this podcast out tomorrow. So I'll see you Wednesday. You're playing Zakama. I'm playing Atraxa. Nick's playing Omnath. We definitely need one more. So
yeah, I mean, Zakama for game 1 for sure. We'll see what happens game 2.
Yeah. So, because Zakama might be quick. So, all right, brother.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna go see what I can find here.
Yeah, you'll see.
Guys,
you'll see
take care. We're gonna stop this. Stop the